I want to talk about my job. I've always worked in customer service, okay? And I've worked with the poorest of the poor, the oldest of the old, the youngest of the young, the most disabled people you could imagine. I've also worked with the most stuck-up reverends and fathers and pastors and priests I've ever come across, and I was disgusted. I've also worked with the best Christian man I've ever come across that was treated so badly by his workplace. And I've also worked with some humble people and some really, really entitled people. The story that I want to talk on today, I can't mention names or anything like that, obviously. But it's the epitome of my approach to people in their position, okay? So, and I think it's really fucking important. It's really important. I could carry on with other stories. There's always stories to tell and lessons, but I'm not gonna. So this particular lady, the first time she ever came through to me, people who I work with already made comments about this particular person, and I'd not had them at this point. And just like you get really shitty customers, you are obviously going to have shitty people that you work with, right? And people say all sorts of horrible things. Anyway, so I'm trying to curb my anger, obviously, because I think it's disgusting. So when this person come through to me, the first thing they did, they struggled really badly with speaking. Pronunciation was extremely slurred, slow. Some of it was you couldn't grasp the word or the sound that they were trying to make, okay? And in fact, there's a couple of them, and they've all got different things going on, and they all have the same. I'll get into that. Sorry, I'm sidetracking. So this person is trying to tell me what they need, and they're really struggling. They're slurred. They are. I can hear them apologising to me. They're apologising to me whilst I'm sat there listening and struggling. They're apologising to me, and they say to me, it's a lady, and she said to me, I'm sorry about this. It takes me a bit of time. And I sat there thinking to myself, why is this woman apologising to me? Why is she being conditioned by the world to apologise for something she's got no control over? And I said to her, why are you apologising to me? And she says, because this is really difficult for me and people get angry with me when I can't get my words out. And I said, but I'm not angry at you. And I don't know who's been angry to you before, but they need to sort themselves out. I don't see why they're angry. And she says, well, I can't get my words out. And I'm like, okay. And she says, I had a stroke. And at this point, not only do I want to cry for her, I am fuming. I'm angry at the world for putting her in this place where she's now conditioned to apologise for the way that she is, even though it's not her fault. And she was never like that before. But this is the way she is now, and there's nothing she can do about it. And whoever's been dealing with her and serving her has gotten angry with her or not taken the time to just listen to what she's trying to say and give her the space to get it out. And she's apologising. And she's already cut, and I've not even said anything. I've not done anything at this point, and she's already coming through apologising to me. I'm fuming about that. I'm fuming. So I sat there listening to her, and I said to her, I don't want you to ever apologise ever again. I said, before you had a stroke, you were perfectly able. You've had a stroke. You're not that person anymore, but that's not your fault. You didn't choose to have a stroke. Okay? It is not your fault. You are the way you are. You can't control it. Yeah? Whoever is trying to support you should be doing that. They should be supporting you. If you need time and space to breathe and get it out and say it the way you need to say it, or if whoever's meant to be helping you is struggling to understand, then they should be trying to understand what you're saying. Is it this? Do you mean this? Just say that again for me. Yeah? They should be working with you. That's the way it is. They should not be judging you or getting impatient or getting angry at you. And there shouldn't be that many people getting angry at you that you feel that you need to instantly apologise before you've even started. That tells me this has happened more often than not. It also tells me that she feels bad for the way that she is. And she shouldn't. It's not her fault. She didn't choose it. You only apologise if you've done something wrong. If you've said something wrong. If it's your choice to do and say those things and be that way. That's when you apologise. And I sat there and I said to her, don't you never apologise to me or anybody else ever again. And I explained to her what I do since I got my disability diagnosis and whatnot. I explained to her that when you've got disabilities, you are made to feel incapable, lesser than, an inconvenience, hard work, not worth the time. You are a worthless human being at that point. You are a drain, just existing. That's how you're made to feel, right? And I said to her, I sat there and had my own struggles with that because I also was an able-bodied person. And it was really difficult going from somebody who had value to suddenly being perceived as having no value. And I said to her, I changed my approach. I stopped apologising for myself because it wasn't my fault. I didn't pick this for myself. I wouldn't pick this for myself. It just happens to be the way that I am now. And there's nothing I can do about that. And I didn't do it to myself, so I'm not going to apologise to myself. And I'm not doing it on purpose to anybody else. This is the way it is. Okay? There are plenty of people in the world that are unapologetic for being outright fucking bastards. I did not say that to the customer. I want to make that clear. I'm just saying it for this video. There are unapologetic, nasty people in the world. The people that made her feel that way aren't apologising. That's true. I don't know why I've suddenly found my lip balm, but there we go. But I needed to drill it into her that these people are the ones that should be apologising for treating her so poorly. And I said to her, rather than saying sorry for your disabilities, start off by saying, thank you for your patience. I'm going to do my best. Please give me some time. That way, you aren't automatically starting the call blaming yourself and giving them space to blame you from you saying sorry. When you say sorry for something you haven't done and it's not your fault, you're automatically taking blame for something you didn't do, and they're automatically given the leeway to treat you like crap. Right? So stop saying sorry. Take up space. Right? Have the audacity. That's something else that I spread to everybody. Have the audacity, because they do. They have the audacity. They've made you feel that way. They've done it to you that much that you've created a new habit where you're saying sorry for yourself. They had the audacity. You have the audacity. I says to her, when you thank somebody, you are automatically setting yourself up in a very good light. You are showing appreciation. They are then submissive to you and more willing to support you because you've already praised them off the bat without them even doing anything. So they're aware that you are appreciative of support before you've even started, right? Remember, they're people too. The people serving you are people too. And very rarely did they get appreciation. That's another part to this, right? There's two parts. Not everybody serving people are bastards just for the sake of it. They're also having a very bad day, right? I can't say that for everyone. But you know where I'm heading with this. When you say sorry, you are automatically setting yourself as being the blame, the guilty party, the person that is submissive and there to... You've already ruined somebody's day. You've just set yourself up to look like you've already ruined somebody's day. You haven't. When you say thank you, that person's not heard probably not heard it all day. They've not heard it all day. And you set the tone for the conversation when you start with, thank you for giving me space and time. I'm just going to warn you now, this is going to take me a minute, but I thank you in advance. You know, thank you for your patience. Now they've got to afford you patience. You've already thanked them for it. And if they don't, well, they're shitty fucking people, aren't they? And after I had that conversation with her, I said to her, I've not had one struggle with you since you came to me. I understand you perfectly. I know what you want. I know where you want to go. I know what you want to do. I know what you're saying to me. I don't understand why other people are struggling so much to support you and understand what you're saying and asking for and what you need, because I can understand it perfectly fine, right? And I meant that. I meant it. She also told me that she's wheelchair bound. She's got a electric wheelchair. She can't move. Which makes this whole thing even worse because she is reliant on the general public to help her continue her life as full as it can be, as close to what it was before she had the stroke, right? And there's all these horrible people making her feel like she's worthless and a burden for needing help. And nobody can afford the time to just try and understand her and help her sort what she needs to sort, despite the fact that it's their fucking job. That makes me so fucking angry. And I sat there and I used to think to myself, I wish these people that struggle so much could just come to me. There was a man who had a stutter, and it's a really bad stutter. And it's mostly out of nerves, so when he first comes on, it's really bad. And I can sit there and I'll say, I'm here, don't worry, I'm not going nowhere, you get it out, we'll sort it. I know your route anyway, I know where we're going. Same place, and I'll go, same place, isn't it? And then all of a sudden the stuttering stops and I'll go, yeah, that's right, yeah. And he's also got a memory problem and he repeats the same things. And people moan about that as well. He's always saying the same thing. He's always ringing 3-4 times. He's always... Again, another person who's had an accident in life that's made him mentally disabled. And all he needs is for someone to take the reins of the conversation so he's not stressing and he can calm down his stuttering. Listen to him say the same things again, despite the fact that he's already said it, because it doesn't fucking matter, and he just needs to talk it through again because his mental space is not there anymore. If I could just have these people come to me, and if I could just look after them and sort them every time, then I would. And when they come through to me every time, I'm so glad that they've come through to me because I know I'm going to do a good job for them. Because I give a crap. Because they deserve some support. Because they're real people that need it and deserve to live just like everybody else. And they shouldn't have to apologise for how they are because it's not their fault. Once I told her to stop saying sorry and start saying thank you, she came back to me after a while because she uses the services regular. And she says, I've been doing it. She says, I've been doing that. I never thought to do that and I've been doing it. And I says, how's it gone for you? And she says, I'm not having half as many people shout at me anymore. I'm glad it's working for her, but the fact that I have to even tell her how to strategise saying thank you to people to set them up so that they're nice to her. You should just be nice for its sake on it. Because you can. If you can be horrible, you can be just as nice. You can be just as nice. Nobody wants to be nice. She says she don't say sorry anymore now. And when people start getting angry, she says she don't care anymore. And I'm glad. She was far too worried about upsetting other people when in actual, reality, she shouldn't have been feeling that way at all. It should be the other people caring for her. When you start with saying thank you for giving me space or giving me time or bearing with me, it's obligatory that they have to give a shit. You don't give them a choice when you automatically start with a thank you. It's obligatory at that point that they do it. You know. The fact that I even have to teach disabled people how to strategise talking with other people to make sure that their life is smoother because people are making it worse, it makes me so angry. I wished all these people could... I've just hit myself. I wished all these... Part of my disability is I've got no spatial awareness or balance. I need to just make that clear. Things don't register the same to me. I can also forget where I'm at, even though I've been there a million times. And I've been there for 35 years. I can forget where I am, even if it's somewhere I've been a million times. Anyway, I've sidetracked. That's the other thing. Disabled people have to explain themselves all the time. It's an ultimate... it becomes ingrained in you that you have to explain yourself constantly to able-bodied people. And that also pisses me off. And I've just done it. I forgot my train of thought. I just want these people to come to me. I wish there was a way where it was my job for these people to come to me. Because I can't ensure that there's other people like me out there to give a shit. And that's not being big-headed. It's just me knowing that I do care about these people more than most people do. I've got another one that I talk to. She's not disabled, but she cares about where she lives, and she calls quite regular. And we talk so regular, and she's so glad when she comes through to me because she knows I'm going to care. Even if I can't fix all the problems, I care. And she's dead happy to talk to me every time. If you've got disabilities, or you are in a vulnerable position, you are homeless, or you are short on money and you're poor, and you need some sort of service or support, okay, to help you with something. It works for everything. If you start with a thank you for taking the time to just listen to me, and please just bear with me because I've got a few things going on at the moment, and you know, just explain to them what's going on. And you do that instead of apologising, you automatically force them into giving you space and listening to you and respecting you and doing the job properly. And you've already thanked them, which means there's already this subconscious acknowledgement that someone's thanked me already and they're appreciative already, and so I need to do a good job. Okay? It works. For the most part, it works. I have to tell that to people more often than not. There's so many people nowadays coming through apologising for things. And they haven't even done anything. And the people who are doing things wrong don't ever apologise. And they should be. You know? I'm going to go sort my face out, but yeah. Lead with thank yous. Treat yourself with respect. Have the audacity. It's probably the first thank you they've had that day or that week. And look after yourself. And bad people, start saying sorry. I know that's easier said than done for you guys. And also, if there's a job out there where I can help all these people, then please employ me for it. If I could pick them all up and bring them and do all the things, I would. If I could just go out and just do all these things for them. I need to go sort myself. Just be kind. Be kind to folk. Just be kind.